Day 14 of the apocalypse, and toilet paper warlords now rule the streets. And the average citizens can only hope to see another day. Do you believe the shit that's going on right now? Corona what? It's the fucking flu, people. Relax. This is not a video that I was going to make. Actually, this was going to be my range test of the old Gen 4 Glock 19 home defense gun. I was going to do a whole bunch of stuff. I was going to bring my Gen 2 out. I was going to do comparisons. I was going to had all kinds of target ideas I was going to set up. I was going to do that training triple tap thing, you know, to the center mass and go higher or low depending on the guy's body armor that he might be wearing. Instead, what I got was a closed range in the face of a bullshit fake emergency. And more importantly, why I'm making this video is I walked into my gun shop to pick up some range ammo, and there was a line out the fucking door. I said, no, there must be something. Maybe everybody ordered shit and it's coming in. After inquiring as to what's going on, everyone's in line looking straight ahead, knowing what the fuck is going on. Finally, you know, I grabbed a store employee who waved me up because I was just there to buy ammo. Every single one of these people were there buying a shotgun. Now, for those of you who don't know, in New York State, you don't need it. It's a highly regulated socialist state. But believe it or not, one holdover from when the United States was a republic and an actual country, one holdover is that you don't need any type of permit to buy a shotgun, or I think even long gun in New York State. You can just walk into a gun shop, they run your name, everything, wherever that goes, you come back and you walk out with a shotgun. Okay, believe it or not, in New York, you can actually still buy a firearm like that. Great for home defense. You know, the Second Amendment is still kind of breathing here. It's on life support, but it's actually still breathing. A citizen in New York can actually get a shotgun and bring one home to defend their family. And you know my feelings on shotguns. They are fantastic home defense guns. That's all good. What worried me is that these are all brand new people panic buying shotguns. I'm not a fan of panic buying anything. And if are these the same people who were panic buying fucking toilet paper this week? Because that's an actual thing. I thought that was a joke. I went to the supermarket yesterday and they were out of toilet paper. But incredibly, there was still plenty of water. Did I fucking fall asleep and wake up in bizarre world? What the fuck is with the toilet paper? Can any of you answer? Put in the comments below. What is with the toilet paper? Why do you need that? We as a species have survived thousands of years without mass-produced toilet paper to wipe our asses with. Yet somehow in all those thousands of years, we haven't managed to find a way to survive more than 2 or 3 days without fresh water. What is with the toilet paper? So now that we're out of toilet paper, are these the same people that are panic buying shotguns to protect their stash of toilet paper? That's actually a little concerning to me. I don't know. I mean, are these people who don't realize that this fake crisis is going to go away the day after the presidential election? Do they really think that this is a thing? They really think this disease that, you know, wake me up when it kills the 50,000 people that the flu does every year. Okay? Wash your hands. Okay? If you're elderly or have pre-existing conditions, you're at a danger for this virus, just like you're at a danger for the flu, and a much greater danger from the flu. How are we falling for this? To the point where now these guys are all buying shotguns. Shotguns. Come on, man. Now look, is it a stretch to say that, you know, maybe they're looking at the news and they have the same mindset as you and me, that, you know what, the world's starting to worry me a little bit. These people are fucking stupid. I want to get a shotgun. True enough, that might be some of them. But if that's the case, now you're realizing that, why didn't you buy that shotgun last year or 6 months ago? I mean, everyone should have at least a shotgun. Even in New York, if you don't want to go through the trouble of getting a pistol permit, and again, it's impossible to get a carry permit, but, you know, at least a pistol permit to have. If you don't want to do that, at least, you know, why wouldn't you have a shotgun already? What's the timing now as far as buying it? Is it that you honestly think the world is going to, do you really think that, do these people honestly think that by this time next year, coronavirus is going to be a punchline of a joke? And again, are these people who honestly believe that on November 4th of 2020, after the presidential election, this is no longer going to be a health risk? I mean, come on, man. And now they're buying guns. Now they're arming themselves, at least in New York State. So, you know, you can all let me know your thoughts on that. And if you've been to your gun shops recently, maybe in some of these other states, I mean, I guess it would be different because in the free states, you could buy anything anyway. I guess in New York, I'm just wondering, all these people, these New Yorkers who don't own one firearm yet. So therefore, I'm pretty sure they voted Andrew douchebag Cuomo to be our governor twice already, or these are the same idiots who, you know, Bill de Blasio made him the mayor twice already, who voted for Democratic control of the state Senate upstate and everything, that gives us great laws ranging from the ability to fucking abort a baby at 8 months to you can't have plastic straws anymore. I'm sure these are all people who voted that direction. Now suddenly they see the need for guns. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. This is close to a political rant you're going to get from me. I'll wrap this up. Unfortunately, the range was closed. I mean, I did walk out of there with a fuck ton of ammunition, which is nice. I was able to restock on some things. But I got to the range and it was closed. The sign on the door said, you know, due to the emergency. If I had a magic mark, I might have written fake emergency, but then the thought police might have been knocking on my door to drag me off in handcuffs. So I couldn't do what I wanted to do. Maybe I'll finish off with some quick thoughts. And holster came in. This is a custom holster. This came from the Glock store. I ordered this light from the Glock store, and what you do, they're pretty decent service. They'll custom make a Kydex holster for you. I'm sure other people do it too. You tell them the gun you have and the light that you have for it, and they'll make a mock-up of it. They'll make a custom Kydex holster, and look at that, la-di-da. Okay, so that's not bad. So I'm running with this now. It's odd in that you see this clip. It almost looks like this wants to be an appendix holster for a left-handed person, but no, this is supposed to be outside the waistband. It clips on the belt like that and one like that. I don't really like it, but it wasn't that expensive, and it is a custom holster. And honestly, I'm not. If I'm carrying this for some reason, I'm not carrying it with this fucking light on it. I mean, come on. I'll pop this off and use one of the other fucking dozen holsters I have for my Gen 2 Glock 19. So this really was an issue. This is basically for my bedside. This is basically for a drawer. This is basically to have around, not to have the gun and the trigger all exposed. This is what I'll have, you know, available around the house. And I think I'll also mention, since I'm kind of flipping this thing around, I think I'll also mention, I alluded to it on the video when I installed the sights, why I'm going to leave this thing stock. I might as well get into it now because I don't want to just make a political rant video or any rant video. I'm all fired up about what I just saw this afternoon. Between the shotgun buying and not being able to get the rounds off that I wanted to and make a video that I actually wanted to make, it's just incredible. And compounded yesterday when I went to the store, and not that I even needed toilet paper, but there was no toilet paper. Plenty of baby wipes though. So these stank-ass motherfuckers, they're just using toilet paper and going dry. You don't finish yourself off with a baby wipe? But maybe it's a little TMI. Sorry, guys. In any case, and plenty of water, too. There was plenty of water in the supermarket. No toilet paper. Okay. Why I'm going to leave this looking like this is for a few reasons. One, I'm not going to probably not going to put any type of aftermarket trigger in there. I think these triggers are light enough. 26 years of carrying that Gen 2 Glock 19 with that New York 2 trigger in it makes this feel like a dream. I heard the Gen 4s have bad triggers. They feel like every other fucking Glock I shot. And compared to the NYPD trigger, it's a dream. So it's not necessary. So swapping that out is just a point of failure. Also, swapping it out makes the trigger look differently. Let me circle back on that now. The reason why I'm not going to do all kinds of colored controls or extended controls or the lightning cuts in the slide with a barrel, with a different color barrel and all that stuff. In New York, this looks dangerous enough in New York. If I'm ever actually called upon to use this gun and to end somebody's life with this gun, or at least put them in the hospital, with the inevitable investigation from the DA's office and the inevitable civil liability that goes with it, I don't want some race gun to be placed as Exhibit A in front of a jury of my peers who are currently out right now buying shotguns and toilet paper. I don't want this to go in front of a jury of my peers looking like a custom race gun. I want it to look as bone stock out of the box as possible. My ammunition selection is easily justifiable. I run Spear Gold Dots almost exclusively through this. 124 grain plus P. And if called to explain that choice on the stand, my answer will be, Your Honor, and moronic yours, I carried that ammunition for 24, 25, 26 years in the NYPD. I'm experienced in it. I know how it shoots. I know how it goes point of aim. That's why I selected that ammunition. Easy, okay? Why this gun? This is a newer version of my service pistol. It's a platform that I'm familiar with. Well, why this impressive looking thing on the bottom? It's a home defense gun. It's going to be used at night. A flashlight, rather than holding a flashlight, which might upset my aim, I have a flashlight attached right to the gun. It's a good idea for home defense. It's all explainable. And for some of you who live in the actual United States still, that might seem like something that, why would you have to explain that? In New York, you have to explain shit like this. Okay, so that's why I don't want this thing to be as racy as I originally thought I was going to when I got it. When I was going to get a new Glock 19. I was thinking of making all kinds of weird shit and tack into it just to be a fun thing around, because something shit I could never do with my Gen 2 because it was an NYPD gun. But now that I look at, and I like the feel of it, and I shot it a few times. I'm going to leave it pretty much as is. Aftermarket sights, which no one's going to notice anyway. A weapon light, which is a great idea anyway, and everything else is going to be stock. So that's my motivation behind it, and that's really all I got. One of these days, assuming Western civilization doesn't collapse and we're all eating dogs and squirrels, one of these days when this blows over and becomes a fucking punchline, I'll get to the range, because, you know, it's an emergency. They're closing the range. Hey, can you think of anything, an indoor range, can you think of a more toxic environment than the lead and the cordite and the gunpowder and all the shit that's floating around an indoor range? They're closing that. They're closing that for a virus that has a 99.7% survival rate. Okay, well, in any case, when the emergency is lifted in 2 weeks, because I don't know what's going to be different in 2 weeks, when the emergency is lifted and we actually start playing baseball again, I'll get this to the range, and I'm do some, because I actually, now I'm going to run a 2-camera setup, and you're going to be able, I'm going to sync shit, and you're going to see point of impact with, to go with that dumb angle of me pointing. So it should be much more interesting. I'm going to run some drills on this. I'll compare it to the Gen 2. And again, after that, I'm good. I promise you, I will switch back to revolvers, and I'll do the whole single action versus double action. I'll do the whole 357 versus 44 Magnum for personal defense. And I'll do the, maybe the first one I'll do is running a revolver the NYPD way, how we used to train with revolver, how we ran it, loads, unloads, that type of shit. So maybe that'll be a little interesting for some people. Until then, hopefully we'll all survive to my next video. Those of you who have the toilet paper, cherish it, because, you know, I got nothing. And we'll see each other next time. Enjoy. Wash your hands.